What's going on, ghosts and ghouls? This is Dave of the Curious Raven Chronicles. We are well into the haunting season. October and Halloween has got to be one of my favorite times of the year. It's when the things that I enjoy throughout the year become popular and the thing to do. As a long-time paranormal investigator and a certified in the realm of parapsychology, every day has the chance to be Halloween. While being involved as a paranormal investigator, I often found it curious that the time between late October and early January, private paranormal cases seemed to just pick up. It was almost like it was a busy season for new cases. I had often pondered about the reasons. Is the veil really at its thinnest during this time of the year? Does it have something to do with the winter equinox? Or could it simply be that during those months we often become nostalgic, and we are just becoming aware of the signs that our loved ones have already been giving us throughout the year? Now, some of my favorite stories start with, I never believed in the paranormal until, and then the teller of the story recounts their experience that changed their life and turned them into a believer. I have two short stories here today, and their experiences with the paranormal phenomena. While one person was unsettled by their experience, this is proof that not all ghost stories have to be scary. These stories have nothing to do with the time of year, but rather at the time of a loved one's passing. So, let's go grab some cider and tell some ghost stories by the fire. She died on a Wednesday, and it was really rough. I spent the entire week at my grandmother's bedside, learning firsthand how frightening even a natural death can be. For the record, I'm a rational, logical, 34-year-old, non-superstitious woman. I'm a staunch atheist and a light-hearted paranormal enthusiast. Having never experienced these things, it's easy to enjoy the thrill and the safety of skepticism. About 10 or so minutes after she passed, I had been on the porch with my mother and my aunt. I walked back into the house to make some coffee, and clear as day, I smelled my great-grandmother. She wore white diamonds and lavender body powder. She also smelled a little like pee, just a very distinct old lady smell that she had. I made my mom and my aunt come in and asked what they smelled, and they recognized it immediately. My mother said something anecdotal about my great-grandmother coming to take my grandma home. She died 6 years ago in this same house. Everyone felt comforted by this, but I just feel so unsettled and have been having anxiety attacks ever since. Here's story number 2. This was about 2 years ago while I was on vacation. We were in North Carolina visiting my sister who had recently moved to that area. We were staying in an Airbnb, and my mom's boyfriend and my brother went to get some ice cream and bring it back for us. Me and my mom stayed at the house because we were tired. Our dog was on vacation with us, and she began to growl at the open door to the downstairs bedroom while my mom and I were on the couch watching TV about 15-20 feet away. We both looked at the door at the same time and saw a glowing aura. The room was dark, but the presence was bright. It didn't light up the room, but we could see it. It didn't have very much of a figure, but more of a cast of light. I instantly felt a chill run down my spine and a strange feeling in my whole body. The presence didn't feel evil, and it was almost warm and comforting. I asked my mom if she saw it too or felt it. She said she saw something, but blamed it on a passing car or something. But this is where it gets weird. I came home from vacation and I didn't think much of it. I thought it was attached to the house or something. 2 or so days after I got home, I got a call from my close friend that I hadn't heard from in a few days. It's not super strange, as she often keeps to herself. She informed me that she had just gotten out of the hospital after overdosing on ketamine. While she was in the ambulance, she was pronounced dead and had to be revived. Of course, the last thing on my mind at the time was the light I saw on vacation. I asked her when it happened, and she said last Thursday night, and my heart dropped into my stomach. That was the night I saw the aura. I still wasn't 100% convinced that it was her, though. Casually, I asked around what time it was, and she said she was pronounced dead at 8:17 to be exact. I wasn't sure what time I saw the light, but I knew for a fact that my brother and my mom's boyfriend left at around 8 p.m. I asked her if she remembered anything from it. I know it's probably not the best question to ask someone who experienced being dead, but I was in shock, and she said not really, but she saw a bunch of loved ones flash before her eyes right before everything went black. I am convinced that she visited me that night. I have a mutual friend who said they felt something strange that night of her brief passing as well. She is a very spiritually connected person, so it wouldn't surprise me. So, it makes you wonder what happens when our loved ones go away. Is heaven some geographic location? Or are they just behind you looking over your shoulder, giving you subtle hints that they're there? Perhaps they're the morning dew on your kitchen windows at the sunrise, or the laughter around your dinner table, or maybe something subtle like your grandmother's lavender body powder. Whatever it is and whoever it is, don't ever stop remembering them. Don't put away their old photos and tell their stories. And if you ever begin to wonder where they are, or if you ever begin to feel lost, the only evidence you really need is to just look around and see the signs. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious and go with an open mind and an open heart, because the spirits of the past have a story to tell.